Alright, John Kohler, discountjuicers.com. Today, just got the Omega VERT juicer. So this is the first look. I was at the trade show, and actually I finally have the VERT juicer. And now we're going to open the box up. We'll show you what's included. So once again, this is the Omega VERT juicer, VRT model 330. And we're going to show you what's in the box. This is a UL approved juicer for household and commercial use. So once you get the juicer, you open the box up. There'll be a bunch of pieces in there. I guess the first thing we'll take out are the juice cups. So you get two juice cups that have nice handles. You can grip them. Put that down here. Then I guess the main thing in the box here is the motor base. So you have the Omega VERT juicer motor base. Put that down. Then you get the main juice body housing. And then you get the wiping blade and the two screens actually, just to get a big hole screen and a small hole screen. The big hole screen, if you're juicing vegetables, will make your juice really pulpy. So maybe I only recommend that for juicing fruits, or if you like a lot of pulp in your juice. So basically, you want to take the juicing screen, you want to put the wiping blade on it. Goes on like that. Then you're gonna find the dot on the top of this housing here, and you're gonna line up the dot on this housing with the dot on the screen. They need to line up so that they go in correctly, because there's a gear here in the bottom that needs to mesh up correctly. Then you have your black auger. This is your GE Ultim auger. It's 8 times harder than other augers on single auger juicers. That just basically slides into the machine here, right in the middle. Then you have your top, and your top once again needs to line up with the red dot. There's a little arrow here that needs to line up. You just put that in, and it locks into place. Once you have your whole top piece assembled, you can just basically put that on the unit here. It just drops into place here. Get it lined up. Locks down, and then you turn it to close it. So the other couple pieces you'll get in the box are a pusher and a cleaning brush. So you may have saw my demo the other day of the Hurom juicer, which is actually right over here on the table. And so today we're gonna have a juice off. So let's set both these juicers up. So I did, before I started actually juicing, I did want to go over the differences of these juicers. So, I mean, you can see they look very similar, right? Maybe the outside body casing is a little bit different. Oh, the on and off switch, they look identical. This one actually has a handle, whereas this one does not have a handle, but it looks a little bit more sleek. This unit basically has a white plastic body, and this actually, the body on this, you can't really see that on the camera there, but it's a nice pearl white. Looks a lot nicer, in my opinion, than the Hurom juicer. But if we just take these juicers apart real quick, you could see that, I mean, these are the tops, right? I think they look identical to me. Oh, the shape. So the shape of the tops, the funnels are a little bit different on each model. But if we start pulling out the juicers, pull them apart here, you can see these augers. These augers are identical. They're exactly the same. Same thing with these juicing screens. And the wiping blades, exactly the same. Let's see, these housings, we'll take them off for you. Exactly the same, except for the color. So this has a little bit of a gray on there, and this is a white. So basically, the story on these juicers are that these juicers are made in the same factory, right? They're made in Korea, made in the same factory. The only difference is the company that's importing them. So Omega is importing the Omega VRT330 juicer into the United States under the Omega brand name, and Omega, which has been in business since, the 60s, selling juicers in America, is backing up and supporting this juicer with a 10-year manufacturer's warranty. Okay. Now the Hurom juicer is being imported by the factory that actually makes the juicer in Korea. So it's a separate entity here in the United States as basically a new company that's offering the Hurom juicer in the United States, and they're backing up this juicer with a 10-year motor warranty. Okay. I said motor warranty, so they're only guaranteeing the motor for 10 years. Otherwise, they're guaranteeing the juicer for a 1-year warranty plus a 1-year extended warranty. So that's a total of 2 years on the whole machine, 10 years on the motor, whereas the Omega has a 10-year full warranty. So as you can see, these juicers are identical except for some of the minor cosmetic appearances. Oh, the other main difference I actually didn't get to go over was the juicing cups. So both these juicing cups basically they're labeled out to 5 cups, but as you can see, the Hurom juicing cups, because they don't have a handle on them, they have a little more volume, so they might go up to almost 6 cups, whereas these guys max out at 5 cups. So the Hurom containers are a little bit bigger, but for all practical purposes, you know, that's not a major thing. So let's go ahead and assemble these juicers and let's get juicing. So we'll put this together here. Now I have had a couple days to play with these juicers actually, and I would like to say that this is one of my favorite style of juicers to date yet. It's very efficient. It's more efficient than, you know, my former favorite Omega 8005 and 6 and Omega 8003. But, you know, there's a couple peculiarities about this. This is not a multifunction machine like those other units. So if you do want the multifunctions, that might be a better choice. This is also able to juice a lot faster than the, you know, the regular horizontal single auger juicers. So we'll go ahead and turn these on. And we're going to use celery. One of the main things I like about these juicers, they're auto feeding for the most part. They get the produce in there and it just basically sucks them in. It sucks it right in. So you can see seeing it sucking in the carrot. I'm sorry, the celery. So we're making celery juice first. Next, we're going to put some apple in there, so we're going to dump some apple in there. Apples really just get sucked in the machine. Now this juicer is particularly good at juicing fruits, unlike other single auger juicers, basically due to the design. Another thing that juicers don't do necessarily too well are tomatoes. So I have some heirloom tomatoes here. We're going to juice some tomato in there. And it looks like it's making a lot of tomato juice, pressing it out very efficiently without a lot of pulp. So these juicers will also juice things like ginger. You know, ginger's really hard, but you know, you could throw the ginger in there, throw a piece in there, you know, it'll juice that right up. One of the things people don't often think about juicing, it's zucchini. So we have a Gold Rush yellow zucchini here. It's actually grown here in my garden right behind me. And you know, zucchinis make excellent juice, and you could, you know, put the zucchini in there. It'll, you know, drop right in and juice right up. As you saw the other day, I was picking kale out of my garden, and we're back here in my garden. I'd love to be outside. We're gonna pick some kale out of my garden, and we're gonna put it right in the juicer. So as you can see, these juicers are both working. You know, they work identical. They are the same machine, made in the same factory. Only the company that's importing them is different, and only the warranty and the price is different. So we have some wheatgrass, and now what I found when juicing wheatgrass is you want to put a real little bit of wheatgrass into the juicer when you're juicing. Because what happens with these, I find actually the horizontal twin gears, such as the 8006 and 8005, will juice wheatgrass a little bit easier. This one, if you put too much in, it'll tend to squeak and get fairly loud. But you know, this does juice wheatgrass more efficiently than the 8006 juicer, that being said. So once again, you know, this juicer will juice wheatgrass as well. So once again, this is the Omega VRT330 juicer on this side, and we have the Hurom HU100 juicer on this side. They are the same identical machine. DiscountJuicers.com recommends going with the Omega VRT330 juicer because of the simple fact it's less expensive and the longer warranty, and it's backed up by a company that's been in the juicing business, geez, for 40 years, going almost 50 years now. So that's John Kohler from DiscountJuicers.com, and I'm signing off today, but be sure to visit DiscountJuicers.com/YouTube for special promotions for our YouTube visitors. Thank you.